Hi everyone, Maggie here. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I do want to send a digital hug out to Brittany Linger, Linger. Thank you so much for subscribing, Brittany. It means a lot to me. And I also wanted to say that she does have a channel, Brittany. If you're listening, I did watch one of your videos and I really enjoyed it. I also subscribed and I'll be watching more of your videos. So, if any of you haven't seen Brittany or know about her, go look up her channel and go over. I'll try to link her in this video so you can find her more easily. I have some new acquisitions. Now this is my fourth time at starting this video. My last attempt I was in 25 minutes when I decided that what I was doing just was not working the way I wanted it to work. And so I need to revert back to plan B. So first of all, let me show you what I've got. I got this, I watched a lady's video and I cannot remember who she was. I should have written it down, but I didn't. But she was using the Spellbinders tape. Now I think somehow, because she linked the Spellbinders store, but I don't know if she was, I don't know, I shouldn't talk anymore about that. But anyway, I went to the Spellbinder store and I couldn't find this, this tape. So I looked on Amazon well, I could find it, but they were out of stock. So I looked on Amazon and Amazon had it. This is a centering measuring tape. I don't know if maybe you've used this or seen it before. I hadn't. This was brand new to me. Although I think it's been around for quite a long time. So anyway, this is really going to be a game changer for me because I have the hardest time centering things and getting them positioned just the way I want to. And this tape, I do use my zero ruler, and that is a big help. But this is going to be even a bigger help, I feel. So I did tear off a little piece, about a 5-inch strip, and it's kind of like washi tape in a way, except it's a lot more stickier. And apparently you can reuse the same strip over again many times. She was saying in her video she used it like 30 times already. And she just sticks it down to her desk with a folded edge so she can grab it and pick it back up without any difficulty. So I am going to really enjoy using this. I'm sure I'm going to put it to good use. It measures 1 inch by 22 yards. So yeah, this is going to be one of my new best friends. I've bought some Tim Holtz things before, like the paper dolls and the die cuts, and I really enjoy those. But I decided to buy some of this worn wallpaper scraps by Tim Holtz, and this came as a 2 packages in one, and it was less than $10, which I was really surprised. But these are 5x8 pieces of this wallpaper, which are perfect to use in a lot of different ways, and I think we're going to use some of them today. And this package contains just the wallpaper. There's 24 pieces, and this one, the smaller one, there's 20 pieces. And then also 20 die cuts in it. I haven't opened it up, but it looks like they're primarily flowers and very vintagey. So I think we're going to use this today too, if I can get to it. Now, the other thing that I acquired was this Merck manual, published, 6th edition, published in 1936, I do believe. Although this says compiled and published, well, 1934 was the original first printing. So I have a feeling that this one might have been, if the 5th edition was in 1936, then this had to be maybe 37, 38, somewhere in there. It has some beautiful pages in it. When I first went into nursing, I carried a Merck manual around with me everywhere because everything was covered in here. You know, even some procedures, common procedures. Now, I haven't really looked through this. I was reading the preface a little bit. But I mean, it's just got so much in here. Now I don't know, I would have to really look at this to see if things had changed. I mean, I haven't had a Merck manual in my hands in years because now it's all online. And when I first went into nursing, all the nursing units had their own set of resource books, and the Merck manual was a staple. It was, everybody had this, but I enjoyed carrying it around with me because I could easily look up. In my later years of nursing, of course, everything was online, so we just looked it up online. And then it was built into our charting systems references. So, but the Merck manual is a great book. And what I wanted to do with this, and the idea didn't come to me until actually early this morning. Well, my original idea to cover the inside of this, I was hoping to find pages, printable pages. I need to trim this off. Printable pages of old nursing school books. But I could not find anything that even resembled that on Etsy. And so I thought, well, maybe I could use the Merck manual in that way. Of course, these pages are very small. They're also very thin. So they would need to be back. So my first thought was to collage some pages. So I tore some pages out of the back. It breaks my heart to tear a book like this, but I can't store them. I don't have the room to store them. And I mean, I can't even read it without glasses, and even then it's not that easy. Well, it's easier with glasses. So I have no real use for this anymore for practical reasons, but it is a very lovely book. And so I thought I could collage, long story short, I thought I could maybe collage some of the pieces. And after 25 minutes of trying, I thought, no, this just is not going to work. It's not what I want. And then I thought, well, maybe I could use whole pages, you know, and kind of put them, but I didn't really care for that either. So in the end, I decided I am going to do something like that on the inside of the journal, maybe a page. I'm not sure yet, but I will use what I've ripped out of here. I will definitely use that on the inside of the journal, either a page or a pocket or something. So I decided to go back to my plan B, which was to use this ticking, and you're all going to think that this is the only type of background paper that I have, but that's not true. I do have a lot of other background paper, but I used it in the Paris journal because it was perfect, the black. I also used it in the black and white journal because of the black and white ticking. And I had a hard time looking as I looked through all my background papers, which I have quite a few now, and look for something new. I couldn't find anything that I really liked to go with this cover. It's a little bit different color. It's kind of a brownish red. I think it's very pretty. I really like it. But then I remember my ticking paper. It has a red that I think would really look quite nice with this. And I think it does. So that's what I'm going to use. I really wanted to go the other way. But, you know, when you try something, you learn, you know, it doesn't work. That's okay. That's all right. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, I hit the camera with mine. So anyway, I'm happy with my new little purchases, and I love this Merck manual, and I will use it, but just not in the way that I thought I was going to use it. So I'm going to cut these 6x9. What else am I forgetting? This is Friday morning for me. 6x9. I'm hoping this video will be either your Saturday video or a Sunday. I don't like to do anything on Sunday if I can help it. So I want to have Sunday's video ready, and tomorrow I'll probably do Monday's video. So I'm hoping to bring you a couple of new pieces of ephemera that I found. One's not particularly interactive, but it is a very cute pocket idea, wraparound pocket. And the other one that I'm hoping to do is an origami pocket. So we'll see how that goes too. Okay, so I need a piece that that's why I always have to use 3 sheets of the 8.5 by 11 by 8.5. Because I need a 2-inch, or I usually like to use about a 4-inch strip. To cover the spine. And if I was doing a hidden spine, that's the one thing about a hidden spine. I really like doing the hidden spines, but the problem for me, that is not my favorite part, is you can't finish the rest of the inside cover the way I do it without doing making sure your signatures are sewn in. Yeah, I'm going to love this tape. I really feel that I am. I'll put you right there for now, little piece of tape. Alright, so we need to glue these down. Now yesterday I was having a horrible time with my, I want to trim this off. I should have done this when I put it in here, right? That's quite an overlap. Doesn't need to be straight. You can see it's not. I'm definitely going to save these scraps because I could use these for ties or in a cluster or something. I think I want to put this was my weak spot, put it up at the top. Now I'm headache free today, I'm happy to report. However, I do feel a little woozy. That was part of the reason why I had a hard time sleeping last night. I had a hard time sleeping, had horrible, I don't want to talk about all that. Anyway, I'm headache free, so I'm thankful for that. So let's see if I can get this glued down. Yeah, I just really hope the other way that I wanted to use those pages would work. Oh, this is just... And I probably really could use my white glue for this. Which I may do because this is going to take me a while. I may have to clean this now, so I just gave these all a good cleaning. Oh, okay, there we go. I prefer using the Fabri-Tac when I'm sticking, when I'm using paper. I mean, yeah, when I'm using fabric, I mean. I need to try to see if I can get this straight. I'm hoping, beyond hope, that this glue will hold us okay. good burnish. Hope y'all are doing good today. I don't know what the weather is supposed to be like here in Houston. But right now it's sunny. I'm sure it's hot out. Now let me just get some. So I'm very erratic about how I put down glue. I mean, I do it a little different every time. I should get a little bit closer to the edges here instead of fiddle-faddling around. Try to get it lined up with one end or the other, and hopefully okay, so I'm going to go all the way in. Hopefully things come together the way they're supposed to. I don't want this to go over that fold line in the spine. That one is tick over so far. I can't have that. Behave yourself here. You know I speak so highly of you. Oh, that can't stick over the side. What is wrong? Oh, this is gonna need more glue for sure. Okay, as usual, I will use book corners on these, those little protectors. I think they set it off, and these corners aren't too bad. This one kind of wants to stick out in a wonky kind of way, but the book corner will cover that. I just want to be sure it's not going to buckle. That's what happened with the black and white journal. When I put this down, I tried my best, but it was just copy paper. It was the heavier copy paper, grant you, but it just did not want to lay down over that. Oh no. Why did I cut this? 6 inches. Well, that should be right. 6x9. Oh, there we go. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I thought today was just going to be a breeze. You know, I was going to get on here and get this done in good timing and be able to move on. Lord help me. All right. That wouldn't bend at first. I had a little mini. But this can't be right. It's not possible. Tell you, when you're crafting, anything's possible. I know if I let my mind wander off sometimes into other areas of my life, I can most definitely cut something the wrong size, or this is going to be, looks pretty good. Not quite even. Well, now, if I wasn't afraid of running my sewing machine, I would sew around this. But, it's just a little, you know, mini sewing machine. I don't think that it would go through this. It might. It's a brother, it might. But I'm not going to try it because I could ruin this. And this is wanting to buckle right here. You know, in all honesty, I usually don't have this much of a problem getting, I'm getting glue all over the place, getting these covers put together. So I'm not too happy with myself, and it's not even all the way across, but I'll put a pocket on here, and that will just that will it's really wanting to buckle right there. Okay, so it's not perfect. That's not bad either. I'm gonna put a little clip on here. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry, and when we put our pockets on, that'll help even it out a little bit. Okay, so like I said, I've got some other things I want to do. And hopefully I can get them done here. The battery, this camera that I'm using, my daughter lent this camera to me, which I appreciate more than I can tell you. And but for me anyway, I don't know what the recording time is supposed to be, but for me, after an hour of recording, and I always start with a fresh battery. Like when I had to abort my last video, I put a new battery in it, one that's been charging all night, because I've learned that after about an hour, and that's usually a clue for me that I've gone way over on my time, it gets very hot. The camera gets hot and the battery gets hot, and I'm not really sure why that is. It's just the nature of this camera. So I have to be careful. I don't know what will happen if it overheats. Okay, so I'm going to center these 3 pieces in here. And now would be a good time for my centering tape, right? So you can put this right, my understanding is that you can put this right on your, so this is about 4 inches. And it'll come right off, so we'll see. And this is 2.5 inches. So here's my center. I got about 1/4 inch on each side. That's pretty good. We'll take it. So hopefully it doesn't rip my paper off when I lift it up. So, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say today. I'm kind of quiet. Nothing's wrong. I'm not upset. This is just one of those quiet days for me. I do want to say how thankful I am for each one of you that are watching my video. If you enjoy this video at all, I hope that you will like and subscribe. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna love this tape a lot. This can even help me to line my bottoms up to some extent. Okay, so maybe about right there. I hear my daughter, my grandbaby downstairs. I tell you, for a first-time mom who's waited so long to have this little one, she is a wonderful mother. of the three of us, she's the one, if the baby's upset, that can comfort her the easiest. You know, she knows all of her cues, and I'm just, oh, so impressed and so thankful. Okay, so in the last video when we worked on the nursing journal, this was the last thing I was working on. I had a hard time that day with the video itself. I just, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it seemed like I had a lot of interruptions, and anyway, it was a difficult video for me for some reason, and I got to the end, and this is what I was working on, and the video was so long, I said, you know, I'm just going to finish this off camera. And I realized, oh, I was frustrated with it. I was having a hard time with this piece, and it's a very easy, I've done this piece several times. So it's not a difficult one to do. I know, you know, and it just was not coming together. So I finally said, this, you know, the video is going too long. I'm going to end the video now. I'm going to get off, and I'll finish this off camera. Well, when I went to finish it, I realized that I had cut this piece to, I was using 11 inches, and I should have used the 12 inches. I don't know why I did that. And so I decided, well, I'm just going to leave it. I got a new piece out. I wasted a piece of cardstock, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. And I said, I'll just finish this in the next nursing video that I make. Oh, is this one shorter? Where does it look? I'm sorry, I need to maybe pull this down a little bit, because it doesn't look even up there. And actually this panel may be just a tad narrower, but okay, so we're gonna go with it. And this tape does come right off of here, and I can put it back. I'm so impressed with that tape. I love it. Okay, so this is my little trifold. Now I can do different things with this. I mean, I can stick it in a pocket. I can make it a flip out if I want. But what I've been doing also is I've been putting some writing space on the back of this. Now, this is a pretty piece of cardstock. So I may put some, I usually put it on one end or the other, but I think in this case I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm not going to do that on camera right now. That's something easy that I can do. I also am very tempted to try to round these corners, but it's just paper. I should. But I like that look. Yeah, I really like that. So I'm going to. Oh, I'm glad I decided to do that. Thank you for telling me it's okay. I appreciate you telling me that. Just do it, Maggie. So I will re-ink this. And I will put some writing space in the back, and I very well may make this a flip out or a tip out or whatever it's called with some writing space. Yeah, we'll see what I haven't decided yet. That's why I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, so thank goodness that's all but done. What else do I have in here that I want to finished. I would like to make a tag to go in there. I do have some things that I cut out. I don't have a lot of small pieces. I am really trying to organize some of my things so it's easier to work. I've been so inspired to do that by my friend Lori at the Old Paper Lady. She is probably one of the most organized creators that I have watched. And I have gained inspiration from her when it comes to organization. I will never, no matter how hard I try, reach her level. But I can try. So these happy nurses probably, maybe it was their graduation day. Here's the one more, a little bit more serious. She's a little tall. Here's a little bit more modern nursing students. Not this modern, but... Okay, these are nursing pens from... Some of them you can't make them out. This one was from St. Luke's Hospital in Denver. Back in the day, a lot of the hospitals had their own nursing schools. We had one in Saginaw. I'm not sure what year it finally closed, and they went to a more I kind of like these ladies. All right, so we can put her in this window, and I can find some paper here to make a tag. And I wonder if I could use one of these pieces of wallpaper. They're 8 inches high. And this is 4 inches, so I might have to cut it a little bit. But let's see what we've got here, shall we? I am excited to use these. Should I or should I not save this to make something out of? I used to save all these to make over the door hangers. No, not over the door hangers, but over the page things. But in the end, for the most part, they had to be covered. So in the end, I decided just to use cardstock. It just was easier, and I liked the way it came out much better. Okay, so there's supposed to be 2 designs of each of these. So I'd kind of like something cherry. That one might be nice. It's a little too bland because they're... Oh, I like this one. Maybe I'll go with that one. What else do we have here? Oh, these are so nice. Why didn't I try to use these before? Okay, I think I'll go with that one. And these are nice and thick, although they could maybe use a little piece of backing. Well, thank you, Mr. Holtz. Okay, so I'll set those aside. All right, so I probably don't want this tag to be more than about 4 inches. I mean, this is a tuck spot, so it can go in here like this. So maybe if I trim it off to be about 4 inches, that will work. I can leave the height. And I can put these little gals right on here. Now this is going to need more decorating and embellishment than what I'm going to do today, but I just want to get this tag made. That was my goal, was to make a tag to go in this pocket. Oh, another trick I learned, it doesn't pertain so much to this, but I learned it from another creator, and again, I should have written it down when I saw it and said, oh, that's a great idea. But I didn't. But it was to use, you know how sometimes we have gusseted pockets, and I do like gusseted pockets. I usually make them and put them on the front and back of my covers, and in other spots too, if I remember. Sometimes I don't remember to make the gusseted pockets. But when you make the gusseted pockets, I know I've run into this before, and I'm sure you have as well. And you may have your own trick for it. But what this lady did, and what I'm going to start doing, is to take a piece of just plain Scotch tape, and when you tape that bottom gusset down, so let's say this is a gusseted pocket, and your bottom gusset is right here, you would just put a piece of Scotch tape along here so that it keeps your tag or whatever you're doing from catching on that bottom gusset. I haven't done it yet. I haven't had the need to yet, but I'm going to. So these gals are going to go in here. They definitely need to be inked because they don't show up very well. And I think I'll use the walnut stain. I don't want to get them all muddy and dirty. I just want to. And I need still to get me some finger daubers. I have not really been using those Swabits, or what are they called? Hobby tips. I didn't find them all that useful. And maybe it's user error because, Lord knows. Okay, so what else do I want to put? I believe I want to put some fabric behind them. I do want to make sure that I get them in this pocket. Okay, so I've got I'll probably have to stick it in again. What do I have? Oh, excuse me. I have to see who's trying to. The muslin, I love using the muslin, but it doesn't really show up. I want something with some color. All right. Oh, this might be pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little piece of this. Oh, I put my science experiment into a bigger container to allow room for growth, because I don't know what this is doing. I put it in this little dog treat, clean dog treat container. Now I did actually see somebody use this string the other day. They pulled out a little wad of it and just plopped it down and then collaged over it. Oh, well, there you go. That's something to try for me to try. All right, how big do I want this piece? I don't want it too wide. I don't want it to take up all my paper either. So yeah, I don't know what I'll use that string for. I may try that plopping down thing and on a cluster and see how that works out for me. Hey, like I said, it's a trial and error. We learn by our mistakes. We learn by doing, even if they don't come out right. That's how we learn, everybody. And paper crafting, I guess making journals makes that pretty easy to do, because we can fix most things if they aren't quite right. In my case, this morning I went to Plan B, which actually did work out pretty well. And I'm happy with it. Okay, so it might be just a little bit too wide. I've used this fabric in quite a few of my, I've used it in my glue book. I've used it in journals. I don't know how much of it I have left, but I really, it's not vintage. It's just quilting fabric that I had left over from when I was quilting. It's not vintage. I have no vintage fabric. Unless I go into my closet and start tearing up some of my clothes, then, which is exactly what I need to do. I need to get my closet in order. It's in very bad shape right now. It's not one of my priorities. Do I want anything else behind them before I glue them down? I'm about out of doilies, and I don't know if I want this or not, but I'm about out of doilies. And I do have some doily dies. I've never used them, but I think I am going to use them and cut some out. They're not big, but I don't need big doilies. Oh, if you could only see my whole desk again. This, like I said, this is a new thing for me. I've never had 3 journals going all at the same time. And while I'm enjoying that enjoying the process, I find myself surrounded by a lot of things that kind of get in my way because they make me anxious. So I'm trying to organize them a little bit better. I'm working on it. Okay, I think that this may work. Miss Maggie. So what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of mark. See, I knew I would be putting these ladies back in here again because I'm just not satisfied. Okay, so I'm just not satisfied. I want them. I don't care so much if their little old shoes show. There we go. So I guess I can just put a little pencil mark down here. But I don't want this to go any lower than this. There. Okay, so I want this about here. So let's glue this down. Again, I'm hesitant to do this with, I prefer using Fabri-Tac when I'm gluing fabric down, but my Fabri-Tac is not cooperating with me today. And I just don't feel like squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm just concentrating on this. Not that there's, I don't know. Alright, so that little foot. Okay, hopefully that works. Oh, they're over a little bit too far. Probably the easiest thing is to lift this up and move it over a tad. Oh, well, maybe I don't have to worry about this not sticking. Oh, I hate it when it kind of makes this kind of a boo-boo. Alright, it looks bad, but it's not going to be bad. I'm just going to move this over a tad. This PVA glue really does a good job in actual fact. And as far as that goes, so does the Elmer's glue. But I just decided to kind of stick with just one glue. There, we'll never know. No one will ever know, and hopefully it's in a better position now. Yeah, that is better. And what I need to do is, but I'll do that later. Okay, so what I need to do is try to ink. I should have done it when I put them down. I don't know what I was thinking, but I think I can do that when I embellish it. So here we have it, a tag for that. All right. We made this guy the last time. I think we called him Henry. Some hidden writing space there. All right, so I really think that's all I want to accomplish right now. I've got several pieces of ephemera made. They need embellishment. I need to do some tags and decide for sure on which papers I'm going to use, and then get the papers sewn in and start decorating. So I think I'm going to get off of here for now. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. It was a little bit of a struggle at times, but it's done. So there you go. Like I said earlier, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Give me a comment. Let me know if you feel comfortable. Just be kind, telling me, you know, what I can do to improve, because I'm still pretty new. I'm very new. Matter of fact, don't say pretty new. I'm very new. So here's our nursing journal. We've got our cover completed. I've got quite a few pieces of ephemera made. I've got some pocket edges that I can put in here. Like this. Just go on here like this. Oh, that's glued together. Go in there like this. Probably cut that off and embellish that a little bit, but that would look pretty. So everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me today. I am really happy that you did. And we will continue with this journal. We'll get the signature sewn in. Get some pockets on here, and get our pockets ready for the pages, and we should be good to go. So thank you again. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and that you're blessed. Remember, I do pray for you. I pray for everyone that listens to me, that you will, God will meet you where you're at. So I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to try to get another video done, so we'll just see how that goes. So for now, bye-bye, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.